the Backliners podcast. It's Aggro and BaRRaCCuDDa as per usual, but today we've got the king of ranked, the Q master Nika himself, and Bear is not here.
Am I the king?
And you know what? Normally, yeah, you are the king, number one, Nika.
I went to pee, man.
Normally, everyone gets mad at me for being late, and I decided to pull back the curtain a little bit to show them who was really making us wait, you know?
I had to run. I didn't even get time to wipe off my hands.
It's okay, man. No hurry.
Yeah, Nika stopped his stream for this, you know?
Come on, man. I was in a deep ranked queue.
Guys. Oh no, I saved you from the depths.
Right.
No, see, that's the thing. You think you're saving Nika.
You think. I need the ranked
He
queue. That's all I
needs
have,
it,
man.
dude.
For what?
He
Oh.
needs it. So
Just
often,
for fun,
I'll
man.
ask, like, Neil if he wants to do something, and, like, you know, I'm like, yo, Neil and Vote, like, come over and hang out at my house, or, like, let's go play pickleball or something like that. I'm like, yeah, tell Nika he can come too. And they're like,
I'm busy, man.
he won't. He's too busy hitting the cues.
Yeah, man.
That's
It's
respectable.
it's a problem to some, but for me, it's a solution.
The solution to
Solution
what
to what?
problem exactly?
I don't know. I just sounded cool.
No, I'm there with it. I like it. So we only, we're in a bit of a downtime for SPL, so we were thinking about what to talk about, and I figured that, only a few weeks left in Season 8, and I'm sure there are a lot of people out there putting in the grind, trying to get the rank they want to get to before the end of the season. And this was the perfect episode to have Nika on, because I figured we could talk a little bit about some ranked strategies, the best way to get some MMR, to get some ELO, and especially per role. Talk about which gods we feel like are doing well right now, which ones to abuse if you're hitting the ranked queues, and how to just cheese your way to some ranked wins if you're trying to make that last push to make it into diamond or platinum or gold or masters, whatever it is. Hopefully you can learn a little something here on this episode of the Backliners. So Barry, we'll start with you, because I know you have you've been really killing it in the ranked games, and I'm making fun of you here.
Yeah.
You have not been queuing at all, and I'm the same way, so I can't really blame you.
So I haven't played ranked in over a month.
And
Wait,
how's your
really?
mental?
Yeah, mental's doing great.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I had a migraine for like 2 weeks, and obviously I was just screaming for that time. And then once my migraine went away, I was like, wait a second.
I could just keep doing it like
migraine
this.
away from me and not Q rank. And I don't know, there's something weird with ranked right now, or back a month ago, where I feel like it's either like me not enjoying it, or I just feel like I'm going through the motions and just like not learning anything. I guess I don't know. I still like really enjoy scrimming, and that environment feels really fun. But whenever I see that Q button, I'm just like,
You could. That to Nika is looking like a tall drink of water in a desert. That's looking like the most refreshing thing in the world to him.
yeah, I don't know how he does it.
I don't either,
mean,
for the record.
I just enjoy streaming, and ranked, like you said, most of the time you're just mindlessly queuing, and it kind of just turns into a chill stream,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way it's got to be.
I don't know. I don't know if it's the meta. I just don't have like a.
Your role
desire-
also sucks to play in ranked, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
ADC is miserable.
Yeah, maybe we should start there. What do you think in order, where do you think the power rankings are in ranked right now, Nika?
Jungle, support, mid, solo ADC.
Mid third?
Yeah, it's way better than the side lanes, dude.
Yeah.
Side lanes
Come-
are miserable. Always
Come
have been.
on, man. Solo has got to.
But
It's got to be
ADC
solo third. ADC's the worst. ADC's the worst.
ADC's the worst.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
okay, I've queued a lot of mid recently, and I've had more fun in mid than solo, and I've won more in mid than solo.
Yeah, but that's not your main role, man. That's how it always works. No one
And-
has more phone in their main role.
No,
That's
I
true.
love solo lane. I love queuing solo lane, but sometimes it is so unfun, dude. It
Right,
is the
it's your main
biggest
role.
coin toss.
Yeah,
But
it's your main role.
mid,
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
so what?
There's just something about like queuing a different role where like
Yeah.
even if you get screwed like a main of
fresh.
the role would be, yeah, it's fresh. It's like, oh, this
I mean,
is
that's
so much
true as
fun.
well, for sure.
Yeah.
And because I feel that way whenever I play like support, I'm like, man, this is so fun. Like even if we're
Okay,
getting screwed, like yes, let's go.
Support is up there for, like, the most fun you can ever have in
Support
Smite.
is by far that.
But
like,
when you're not
one of the
actually
most fun.
supporting, when you're, like, second jungle, you know?
Yep.
Right, of course. Yeah, you can't be in lane. Like, no one's queuing up support to play Kumbhakarna and sit in lane. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I am going like Gilgamesh, Saket,
right.
Erlang maybe, Fafnir. I'm getting in there. Getting
Or
aggressive.
if you're BaRRaCCuDDa, Ganesh or Shingten.
Yeah, I was gonna say Shingten or Shingten.
That sounds kind of lame. I'm not gonna lie.
Potentially Shingten. He's so OP, man.
But he's not fun. He doesn't do anything
He's
fun.
so fun. What do you mean?
What?
Dude,
No way.
He's not that
You're
fun.
telling
Dude.
me you can dodge all of the mage's abilities, and then you can also just ruin the ADC's life. How is that not fun?
So you gain fun from making others miserable instead of your own.
Dude.
You're just like Vote, dude. Every ADC, they just want to make the other guy's game miserable.
Yeah, because we know what it's like, bro, to play against those annoying
I mean, I guess
people.
that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
You should also know, because probably for you, every other game is 4 people at my blue buff every 2 minutes.
More like every game, okay? It's don't get me started on that one, man.
Yeah. The blues
The
are
side-
always a touchy subject, I feel like.
Side lanes just suck, bro. You just watch
Yeah,
the game
yeah.
happen.
You rely on way too many factors to have a good time. And if you're having a good time, your lane opponent is probably miserable. There's never like a balance, you know?
Yes, I would agree with that. Though I'd argue that's probably just MOBAs in general.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And the way that they operate. I feel like, from a very biased perspective,
Uh-huh.
I would rank mid below solo. I think mid is above ADC. I agree that ADC is the worst role to main in ranked. But solo laners are OP right now, man. You have so many
They are,
good
that is
characters
true.
to be playing. If you get ahead in mid and your side lanes are both losing, you're just gonna get absolutely crushed later
But
on.
you can make the same argument for solo. Like, even if you're winning your lane, if the rest of the lanes get owned, like, you're useless.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I mean,
it's a
again,
flawed argument.
MOBAs. That's true. That's fair.
Okay, what about we just have 2 segments that are really far apart, and it's just jungle support and then
Yes.
Yeah,
the
that's how
mods.
I would do it. That's how I would
Yes.
do
Yeah,
it.
they're first and we're 5th.
The people in the lanes are miserable most of the
Yeah.
time. But everyone, like the other two, they're loving life.
Get in between.
I think that's fair.
And you know what? I think that I figured out exactly why support and jungle are so OP. And it's because they're shaving their balls with Manscaped. Ho, 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 fellas! Naughty or nice, 'tis the season to perform. Manscaped best-selling product is the Performance Package 4.0. It was at the top of every man's wish list this year. Inside, you'll find their lawnmower body trimmer, the best trimmer on the market for your balls, butt, and body, and the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer. And let's not forget their famous liquid formulations, the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant, which is my favorite, and the Crop Reviver Ball Toner to maximize your ball hygiene routine. Get the Performance Package now to receive their 2 free gifts, the Manscaped Boxers, which are very comfortable. Barry, confirm.
They
Oh,
are
Nika
extremely
confirms.
Every product that you have listed, I have used, and I can recommend them.
Oh my god, Nika's going off right now. You also get the Shed Travel Bag, which is big around this
I
time
have that
of
as
the year.
well. It's a nice bag.
Yep, that is a nice bag
Very,
for sure.
very spacious.
The dads can't stop talking about this. The teens secretly buy this, and the women will love you for it. Now, these are our picks for the Manscaped Surefire Win stocking stuffers. Barry, we were talking about this last week, that these are really good last-minute Christmas gifts to get for people for Manscaped.
I forgot
Here
we
are
had a
some
podcast last week.
Here are some stocking stuffers that you guys can get, okay? Number 1, the Manscaped 2-in-1 Shampoo Plus Conditioner. Just launched. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone, but not the 2 birds in your pants. Number 2, the Manscaped Cologne-Infused Body Wash, okay? Number 3, you got your Shears 2.0 Luxury 4-piece Nails Kit. Number 4, you got the Crop Mops Ball Wipes for your stanky balls. They did write stanky balls, and I read it, so there it is. And number 5, of course, they have the Manscaped Signature Cologne. These formulations are all vegan, cruelty-free, dye-free, sulfate-free, and paraben-free, so you know their products are legit. So make sure you hurry up to their site and ensure these wild gifts show up before the holiday season. And while you're at it, you get 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com with code BACK. The 3 of us all use Manscaped. We all love it. So make sure you're getting it. To get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com with code BACK. Be the ballsiest gift giver this year with Manscaped. And that's manscaped.com/back.
That's one of the best ad reads
That's a
they've
good one.
ever done, yeah.
Thank you.
That was quality. You also, dude, I was like halfway in the swallow when you started that.
It always comes out of nowhere, dude.
Get the water just back out of my throat.
Spit take. Those are the best. Dude, one time, I'll never forget it. I was eating soup with my friend. We were like 10 years old. And I made him laugh while he was eating soup. And he laughed so hard that a noodle came out of his nose.
Oh,
that he like choked on a
That's
little bit
happened
and
to me,
noodled.
by the way. It is not fun.
It was so awesome for me. One of the peaks of my comedy career, if you ask me. Forcing someone to have a noodle come out their nose. That was really solid. It was also, we were drinking green Hi-C. Do you guys remember that? Or I guess Bear, I don't know if they had that.
I don't think I've heard of it.
It was like, it was a promo Hi-C for Ghostbusters. It was like Ectoplasm Hi-C or something like that.
This is not.
Yeah, Hi-C Ecto Cooler. Yes, this is what we were drinking, dude. And it went off.
No, that's some NA stuff. I've
never seen this.
Dude, that was I loved that stuff. It was the best.
I think I drink more Capri Suns than High Seas.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, Capri
I
Suns
call
were
it a
good.
Capri Sun, though.
A Capri Sun?
Yeah.
I like that.
I don't know where Capri Sun came from, but that is just wrong, okay?
All right, fair enough. Capri Sun. No Capri Sun.
Yep, there you go.
What about Huggies? Were you guys big Huggies drinkers?
Never heard of it.
I threw up a lot of Huggies at a church.
What are these? Are they like shots?
They're the little barrels, right?
Yeah, the little barrels, yeah.
So we were doing like a chug off. It was like, I don't know how old I was. But, okay, I was on stage at my church. It was like a youth event or something. It was me and another girl and then two other people. We were like seeing who could drink the fastest.
You were trying to impress the girl, weren't you? I can tell by the way you said.
Of course. Well,
yeah,
she
I can
was
tell.
not pulling her weight. She was not. So I just started chugging them as fast as I could. And luckily they had a trash can on stage because I threw up like 8 Huggies in that trash can.
8 of them? Holy.
Yeah. And since then I have not had a desire to drink grape soda. And
Oh, you had the grape ones. That's why you're throwing up. Those ones were gross.
Yeah.
You got to get the light blue.
Not grape.
The light blue were the best flavor of Huggies, and the light green as well. Those were the two best. Nika, I really want. This was actually something that I really wanted to do, but the pandemic kind of got in our way. I'd really like to get a bunch of these like classic American snacks that we had as kids that I'm sure you guys never had that didn't grow up in America, and just record you all trying them. And then if it's possible to get like. I know there's a place that Hindu Man recommended to me that does authentic English fish and chips. It's really good. And they also import.
Better, I think.
They also import a bunch of like English candy, and I try that, and I love trying it. I think it's super fun. So it'd be fun to like if you guys could get care packages from home of like candy that you grew up with. We'd have American players try those, and have non-American players try the American like candies and snacks and that kind of stuff. Like Huggies would be a perfect one.
Yeah, that would be some good content.
For people to try. And they're tasty, too. But the best, we all know the best, the Kool-Aid Jammers. Did you guys have those?
Nope.
Kool-Aid Jammers, they're the ones...
That just wasn't really a thing in the UK. I don't think I've ever seen Kool-Aid.
The ones with the little twisty top?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, those are delicious.
Yeah, those are the good. And then you'd put... Would you like put the top... It was like a little prong, basically. And I would stick it on my tongue. And like hold it on the front of my tongue because you could like jam your tongue into it. I thought it was fun.
Nope. I just drank it.
You're doing everything but drinking it.
Hey, I drank it too. But listen, someone out there knows what I'm talking about, and that reference was for that one person. All right, let's get back to some ranked discussion. So we all agree that jungle and support are the two best roles. It's because you can impact the map the most. Go ahead, Barry.
I think they're the best roles at higher levels. They're probably not the best roles in general, unless it's just like a giant jungle gap and then it's like a 20-0 game in lower ranks. I don't know if that's accurate, but I feel like a really good ADC player can probably carry in like a gold games.
Yeah, for sure.
A gold game in a gold. I don't know. I feel you can make a big gap there and just diff the other guy if you're just individually better. But the higher ranks, if they see you doing that, you'll just get camped and your game will be ruined.
Yep.
So yeah, and I feel like the lower level supports are probably playing like Geb and Kepri, just the peel supports, and just like Sylvanas, and just making sure you're safe. And then the higher level supports, as Nika said, they're probably playing like Gilgamesh, anything that will just harass you and annoy you and kill you. And so it's kind of a different level, a different game. So maybe other roles, I'm not sure. Maybe chat can help me.
Well, we can talk about that as we go, kind of like, the best picks that we see, and also like what you think is the best to just like gap the other players. If you think that if you're in like a lower level lobby and you feel like you can just outplay them outright, what gods will or types of gods will work for you there. And I guess we'll start in the jungle. I mean, obviously, Cleanna seems pretty good to me. You should probably be playing her the vast majority of the time. But assuming she's banned, because she is in most of the games that I play, I feel like gods that just if you can show up to a fight and guarantee a kill on someone every time, you're going to be in a really good spot. So for those types of gods, for me, Serket is up there, Thanatos is up there. Those types of gods that are going to snowball the game for you early are usually good, but you also do need some late game carry potential, especially if you fall behind. So, Nika, any junglers you would recommend people
Camazotz and Erlang, I'd say.
Yeah.
That's
Erlang's
who
a
I'm
good
worried
one.
about.
Yeah, Erlang's a good one.
Especially Erlang, dude.
Yeah.
That guy shows up to your blue at like level 3 or like right before the blue, and you are dead. Guaranteed. And you're losing that blue.
Yep.
And then Kama is like, God, it's just completely unfair right now, in my opinion.
Yeah, he real good. That's for sure. Yeah. Kama very good.
And honestly, at this point, like pretty much any assassin you lock is good enough, I think, in ranked. Like you just build the full mace build or whatever, and Loki is a really good one as well in ranked.
Yep.
Like,
I think Pele is underplayed. I think Pele is good. I think that god is straight up good. Even in high level, I think that god is good, but that's kind of a different discussion, I suppose.
You say Achilles?
Achilles, no. Do you think Achilles jungle could work?
No, I was asking you if that's what you said.
I said Pele.
Yeah.
Pele.
Oh, okay, yeah, agreed.
Yeah. You have to be a Pele believer because you have a Pele abuser on your team, BaRRa.
Dude, Pele, when that god gets going and she just starts one-shotting everyone on the map, it's just game over.
Yeah.
But I think she's like awkwardly not meta right now. She doesn't. I don't know. I
don't know why, honestly.
Me neither. I think she's good.
Way. Like a god that just gets in there, giant AOE, and just one-shots. I feel like that's good, but
and she's like one of the junglers who's always been able to go hybrid and still win every 1v1 she ever takes.
Right. Yeah, I think that one of the big reasons why Camazotz is good at a high level right now is that he wins assassin 1v1s late, or rather can't lose them.
Yeah, that's the big thing. He
can't lose them. That like Dodgy is another good one potentially for ranked, but you do have to be, that's kind of a hard character to play well, but at a high level, Dodgy was really rose to popularity because games were going late. You had to win your assassin 1v1, and Dodgy is like broken on the assassin 1v1. Pele is so good at those throughout the whole game and she builds mace as well. I guess what Pele's kind of best whenever there's a high value backliner on the other team that you are happy to 1-for-1 yourself for, because Pele will guarantee a 1-for-1 every time, but maybe ADCs and mids are like not strong enough to warrant 1v1ing for your jungler, but maybe in comp they are.
Part of it depends on if your frontliner can force Aegis, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Pele diving into like double Aegis, that's really not feeling great for you. But if your frontliners have enough damage to force Aegis, I think it feels really good.
Yeah.
The one that I was going to add to y'all's list was Nim. I think Nim is really annoying for Nim mains. Sometimes she is really good, sometimes she is like absolute dog water.
Yeah.
But the Nim mains that are good at Nim, I think Nim is a good one if you're good at her. Kind of same with Set, I'll say, I guess. I think
Bats is a good one as well.
Yeah, I like Hunbats for sure.
People definitely don't play well around him in ranked.
Yes. Nope. Yeah, you're going to get kills on Hunbats for sure. I mean, right now in the jungle, it's pretty hard to go wrong if you just build maces.
Yeah.
You're going to be doing pretty well. So pick a character that builds maces, build Jotuns, build Crusher, build Brawlers. For the love of God, build brawlers if they have healing. Please. And you'll be doing well probably. All right, how about for supports? BaRRa, why don't you kick us off here?
Supports, in my opinion, I mean, Umoja is still definitely up there if you're a good Umoja player. If you're not, don't
They
pick
aren't.
the character.
They aren't.
Don't pick
Sorry,
the
whoever's
character.
listening to this. You're probably not. That character's too hard.
You'll probably do nothing. After that, I think Geb's still really good. But you can't play Geb like it's a peel support. I think you have to, like... I don't know. Some Gebs will literally just sit behind you and do absolutely nothing and make zero room in the team fight. They'll just shield you and knock up. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you have to take damage. You have to do anything.
Yeah,
Just get
right.
I
ready.
agree.
And after that, I would say probably Terra. Even though her clap got changed, I still think that
No, it's
character-
still working right now. It's
oh,
like the
you're
big
right.
patch when it gets
Yeah.
Yeah,
fixed.
you're right. So Terra might be number 1 for me, actually, because
Especially if you can do that, yeah.
yeah, that clap was pretty insane. I was on the side of that being pretty insane. I thought it was kind of hard to do, but if support players can do it, it's probably pretty easy.
I think it's really to the point where like you should almost never mess it up. Like it
Yeah.
is so hard to mess that up.
Yeah.
And then
Go ahead.
last one's probably Sylvanas, just because that god gives. I don't know if Lotus Crown's nerfed. I think
It
it's
is.
nerfed for this patch.
The
Yeah, it
price
was.
got changed, but everyone's still gonna build it
Yep.
on those
Yeah.
guys.
Yep.
I think that god still does its job in team fights. It just peels and makes divers not have a good time when they're diving. And then
Yeah.
I think there's a pretty big drop off unless you're a main of those gods after that. In
Okay.
my opinion.
Nika, any other guardians or styles of support that you would recommend?
So I want to say I think Umoja's terrible in ranked. Like most of the time, the Umoja is just gonna lose you the game because she actually does not like they can't play aggressively. Like everyone that picks Umoja, you know.
Yep.
I think like Sylv, Geb, and Terra are the good guardians,
Yep.
and I like Fafnir a lot when I go like full damage, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's pretty OP.
Wait.
But I'm a big physical support guy, you know. I'm Gilgamesh, Erlang, Sakep, Fenrir. I think those 4 are cheat codes in ranked. They're
Yep.
so good.
Yep. Pressure is big in ranked.
Yeah, you just got to get out of your lane and just go annoy the jungler, ruin his game, and you'll win. Pretty simple.
I can't believe you guys have missed what I think is the most OP ranked support, and it's Sobek, because no one ever respects
No, I
you.
disagree.
No one ever respects you ever.
The issue with
you're just
Sobek
gonna get
is
plucks.
okay, but sometimes you're plucking them into bad carries who can't even punish the guy you're plucking. You know,
Sure.
that's why you got to pick gods where you can, take matters into your own hands.
But then
And
you
Sobek
just
can
all
do that.
and you aren't dying for plucking them. You know, you're living. You're doing some damage. I feel like Sobek is really good, especially like I have to imagine Sobek's good at like gold plat level. Like it is.
Yeah,
it
I
has
think at
gotta
that
be pretty
level
good
he's
there.
probably crazy.
Like
point.
because
But
they're
in,
just
like,
gonna boost
high-level
speeds
ranked
on you
games,
all the time.
Sobek's a losing most of the time. As
Yeah.
someone who's tried to pick Sobek a couple times, I can tell you.
I'm a big Sobek advocate to play, but not against me because I hate it. Longtime listeners of the podcast will know that I think you are legitimately inting if you pick Athena.
Yeah, agreed, 100%. Such a bad god.
So that god is good if
No, I
you're
disagree.
like that god is good in good players' hands. But
I think she's only potentially good if you get a lucky jungle game. Otherwise, the character is terrible.
you're
what
not a
does she
believer
do?
in the Athena solo, dude. I think Athena
No,
solo
she
is
doesn't
sick.
do anything. She doesn't do anything.
She taunt.
Taunting in Smite when everyone has full CCR and they just kill you if you let them auto you? I don't know, man. To me, that character is mega int and ranked, especially.
And in ranked for sure. I have been very adamant in my career about how little I like having Athena on my team.
I think a good Khepri is actually like really annoying. No
Yes.
one wants to play against Khepri ever.
Nope, no one wants to. And this actually leads perfectly into what my next discussion was. Talking about BaRRa and how you want to be playing Geb a little bit more aggressively. Here's my hot take. Geb and Khepri, these gods that we talk about all the time as these backline-oriented peel supports, are best with Blink, and it is not close.
Yeah, I agree.
Those two gods abuse Blink so well. chat, next time you're playing Khepri, all you have to do is this. If they have an immobile ADC or mid, which is pretty often that you'll get at least one of those roles that doesn't have a dash or a leap. If you blink pluck them, they either have to beads or they die. And after they beads, you root them. And they die. And they can't
Ref would always go blink on Khepri, I think, on like Renegades and SSG. It was just so OP. The god doesn't need 2 defensive relics. He already offers so much utility.
Yep.
Like, you're kind of just missing a free engage by not going blink on him, in my opinion.
PBM built blink Khepri for many splits in the SPL. Looked really good. Blink Khepri is really, really strong. And I think by far his best relic.
Actually trolling. Like, I don't know how people can play Geb without blink. If you're rolling into ult people, you are losing the game. Like,
you're losing.
It's simple as that. Like,
you're not going to do it.
It's not playable.
I'm telling you, chat. I'm getting so many question marks on this, man. That is crazy.
Wait, no way.
Yeah, people actually don't believe this. Genetics is on our side.
Viewers, that is embarrassing.
Yeah, come on, guys. This is sad for you. Here's the deal. If you're playing against like Zeus is kind of popular right now in mid. Mm-hmm. If you blink abduct to Zeus, he has to beads or he dies, right? Yep. Then after his beads wear out, you 3 him from a range. You don't even have to be next to him anymore. You just 3 him from a range. And they are insta dead to your mid laner or jungler. It does not matter. It is so good. It is so good. Trust me.
Or if they all in you, you just ult.
Yeah, you just ult.
Then you're fine.
And then you're fine. You're good. Just get in there with the blink.
This is kind of sounding like your Sobek argument, to be fair.
All you have to do is CC their backline in ranked, and you win.
Mm-hmm. I think you just pull frontline.
Yeah.
You just insta one.
That's good. That's great too.
It's more likely.
I don't know. Yeah.
That's great too. I'm talking like in the mid 2v2, like level 7. A lot of times
you can like forcing relics or killing them,
you can force relics easily there. Yeah, in the team fighting phase, you're not going to do that.
They're thinking of a wrong situation, you know. They're thinking like
Nika, you're so smart.
5v5 team fight.
Yeah, of course you're not going to do it.
not blink plucking genetics.
No.
He's going to be
I'm blink plucking their Sylvanas, and that guy's toast. He's dead. There's nothing he can do about it. That's the play. So, blink on Geb and Khepri, I think is legitimately very good in ranked. I'm a big believer in Sylvanas as well. I do think Ganesh is very good right now. I think that Fenrir, like if they've got like Gibalanque and Zeus or like Gibalanque, Thoth.
Oh, the amount of games I've been like, I'll play Thoth. I'm really good at him and he's super fun, and then they just pick Fenrir support and it's so miserable. Dude.
They can't win.
There's nothing you can do, man.
Yep. And just max your brutalize and walk at them. And just brutalize them. Build tank. You don't need any damage, really. You could buy, like, a Blackthorn or a Sledge first item, and then the rest tank.
And he's dead on cooldown.
And they just die. Especially if you can get Sunder. If you can get away with Sunder, you just, like, jump stun them, Sunder, brutalize. They can't interrupt you. They die. It feels really good. So those are the types of supports I'd be playing right now if I were running it in ranked. Rip Herc support, man. I miss Herc.
Yeah, I was going to say, why is Herc support not good right now?
I think the god is kind of just average at the moment.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah.
I think he's decent from solo, but like Hook from behind right now with like the carries he has to deal with, I think he just struggles a lot.
Yeah, I just don't think that he does enough damage anymore to like in support to warrant it. I mean, maybe you could go like Animosity Herc, and it could work, but I don't know. I think
people aren't playing Horus either, right?
No one's
Horus
really
just sucks, right?
Yeah, I don't think Horus is very good. I would
you
not.
You can think of
Horus.
like most gods in the game, and they count to Horus in some way.
Yeah, I'm looking through the list, and I'm just like, who have I not seen in a long time?
Yeah, Horus is definitely one of them, which
actually,
feels bad.
One god I randomly remembered. I feel like BaRRaCCuDDa support is ranked.
I'm the biggest fan of BaRRaCCuDDa support, man. I love BaRRaCCuDDa support.
It's OP. All you do is walk up and tremble them level 1. Because they have like no movement speed, they can't. They're just host. Like if they don't respect you level 1, your lane is over.
I mean, carries are just miserable against full tank BaRRaCCuDDa and like caging them in or double stunning. Like there's so many things the god does and you can't even like deal with.
Yeah, agreed. I think that's easy. You'll die to wave if you tell your ADC only hit minions.
Nah, you can just get your 2 as well. It's just as good, honestly. Just
right.
tank wave stun level 1's pretty good as well.
Yeah, it's real easy. You can definitely do it. BaRRaCCuDDa support, definitely good shout out there. All right, how about I guess we'll go mid next, out of respect for Nika's list, because he's played more ranked than the both of us combined in one day.
Way more.
In one day.
In one day, that is probably true. I suppose I'll start. I've been pretty vocal that I think Book of the Dead build is still very good. I think that's what I would be going the vast majority of the time. But I think that even beyond that, the thing that I would be looking to do in ranked is get lane pressure. So that means that gods like Soul are really good. That's what makes Zeus really good, is that his early pressure is much better than most other mages. I'd be looking to get pressure, and I'd be looking to play gods that I can play make with on my own. I do not like trying to play gods that require a lot of setup. I like gods that I can peel for myself on, that I can engage on myself on, that I don't really need that help. So I really think like Soul is like the best mid laner you could be playing right now. I think that god is crazy. And you just have so much agency over how you want to play the game. You can punish people for rotating, all that kind of good stuff. I would not be playing like Merlin. I think Merlin is not very good right now. That's a god I still see in ranked a good amount. I think Ra... What's that?
Tiamat?
Yeah, Tiamat...
I'd say she's average.
Yeah, I think
not
she's
bad,
average
but
too.
I think there's like a distinct top tier of mid picks right now in ranked.
Yeah, I just think that I'd be going like, if you can play the Morrigan, you should play it. That god's nuts still.
Hell,
if you can play it,
Afro.
You should play it. Afro, if you can play it, you should play
Afro
it.
is actually a tough one. You kind of need someone to link to for it to be really good. So it definitely depends on who you're playing with.
Yeah, definitely. If you have a duo queue partner that you can like trust and communicate with, Afro is very good in those situations. Morgan Le Fay, I think, is like okay.
She's really good if you can get a lead as a team, then you just run the game. But from like behind, she's terrible.
Yeah.
Same with Thoth. Like I think she's kind of in like the same tier but better.
Yeah, I think that's a fair comparison. Those two are fairly similar in what they're going to do for your team comp. I think Raijin is still fine in ranked.
Yeah.
That's a god that you can get lane pressure with and play aggressively with.
Scylla's been the god I've had most success with. I've won 7 in a row.
Well, you're a Scylla savant, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do like to say that off the pull, I'm probably the second best Scylla out there. So
okay, top 2 at the very least. Yeah, I do not find a lot of success with Scylla personally, but like we said, I'm not on Nika's level. So.
It's because of the new build, the Reddit build. You know, you just gotta tap into
the Reddit build. What is the Reddit build?
The math build. You go like flat pen, poly, stuff like that. You know, the standard. It's pretty much a standard Scylla build, not the book build.
Yeah, that seems good. I mean, that could be fine. I think Scylla's one of those characters that I would classify as I want a decent amount of setup, and like I said, that's not.
So I go Blink, dude. You set yourself up, okay?
Yep, that could do it.
The DS1.
But yeah, I actually agree. The Soul is probably the best mid god because she's so easy.
Yep.
You go Mannequin, you get pressure against every character.
Yep.
And what more do you need from your mid laner, right?
Not a whole lot. If they rotate out to a bad fighting duo,
you just keep pushing. You keep running it down, and GG.
Yep, that's all you got to do.
Shout out to Benny's Freya mid as well. Actually, he was very successful on that. The Med Freya.
Was he going hard?
He won like 9 games in a row until he played against my OP Gilgamesh build.
Well, yeah, nothing he could do against that, I suppose. But you know, that's a pretty good run. What was I going to say? Oh, I say this a lot as well, but I'd like to reiterate since we're talking about ranked. Chat, if you're a mid laner and you watch their mid jungle go into duo side jungle for the first set of mids, and you do your job, which is say enemy missing middle, be careful right or be careful left, wherever they are, and then you do a little trail of pings from like oracles to the lane. You have done it all. Do not rotate to that fight.
Yes, 100%.
Ever. Ever.
How do you think Shinto's level 20 at like 17 minutes? You think he's rotating?
No.
He's just pushing and scaling, dude.
No.
That's all you need to do.
If they both show up over there, here's what you do. You push that wave and you go straight to their backs. And you take those. Because they're up and they're yours now. Your jungler should do your backs and everyone's happy. Like, do not. And if you're a mid laner right now and you're thinking, oh, that dual lane's looking real juicy. Like, they're up on tower line. They're level 2. Your wave is literally worth more than going over there. And you have to get...
It's worth it.
Mathematically, you have to get both. You have to kill both yourself in order to make that rotation actually worth it for you. Don't go. If your jungler wants to go, fine. But do not leave on that first rotation. No matter what.
That's a great point, actually.
Yes, Dardes says, but that's what I do in scrims, and my duo lane still dies. That's on them, Dardes.
That's a fact as well, by the way. I can, attest to that.
Listen, if Neil and Vote aren't going to listen... Dardes, did you do enemy missing middle, be careful left, and then the pings from oracles? That's the key. The ping, the trail
here's
of
the
pings.
issue. Usually Neil is on some tangent, just randomly talking. You know that guy. He loves to talk.
Oh,
That's
he
all
loves the
does.
sound of his own voice. Yeah.
So he doesn't hear Daughters or Fred, and then he's like, oh wait, we're getting ganked? Like, oh, I must have not heard the call, and that's exactly what happens every time.
I have a solution for you guys.
And everything.
I have a solution for you guys. You can switch to Mint Mobile and then use your perfect wireless network in order to make the call. And let them know that they're rotating over from mid. That's right, this holiday season, the best deal in wireless can only be found at Mint Mobile. Right now, when you switch to Mint Mobile and buy any 3-month plan, you'll get another 3 months for free. And that is just for $15 a month. It's real easy. You just go online, and you can eliminate all the traditional costs of retail, and Mint Mobile will pass on those significant savings to you. All plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data, delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. And with Mint Mobile, you choose the amount of monthly data that's right for you and stop paying for data that you never use. Plus, you get to use your own phone number and with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your same phone and all your existing contracts. So just switch to Mint Mobile and get premium wireless service for just $15 a month. For a limited time, buy any 3-month Mint Mobile plan and get 3 more months for free by going to mintmobile.com/backliners. That's mintmobile.com/backliners. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/backliners. That, Nika, that was just perfect. That was just too easy for me, man.
Yeah, nice job.
You got to.
I've also used Mint Mobile, and I definitely recommend them.
Dude, Nika,
I can add on to that.
You're like the ad guy for us at the same time, man. You're using Manscaped.
We're just working together, you know.
You're just a man. You're just a smart man who knows what's good, and you like Manscaped.
When I see the Backliners podcast, promote something, I mean, that's just a sign to give it a go.
That's right.
Every single time.
That's our guy right there, Chad. If it's good enough for Nika, it's way too good for you. But we're still letting you do the deal, so you should be you should be very pleased with that. All right, Barry. Any additional input on mid laners?
I was gonna say Chonga. I'm a big Chonga fan.
I can see it actually.
I
hate that.
If you go blink on that character, you just annihilate backliners instantly. And she's not a character that you can really react to a lot of times, especially if you're like mid-fight. I think you just get screwed by Chonga blink ult.
Yep.
I don't think a lot of people are great at Chonga or like positioning with her. But good Chongas that just blink and do like 1300 to you late game, it's impossible to play against. Like,
yeah, I agree with you actually.
I hate that.
And it's a
guys.
healer. I mean, healers are cheat codes playing ranked. So.
Healers are cheat codes.
I don't know if hunters are good currently in mid.
I think like AMC and like Charybdis are pretty good from what I've seen in ranked.
Yeah, Charybdis mid I think is legitimately good. AMC very good. That's a good point. Yeah, hunters and mid are good. You do want to avoid like 4 physical if you can help it.
Yep.
But
I think assassins are okay in mid as well. Like Tsuki and like Set as well, probably.
I've been a Tsukiyomi mid fan for a long time.
I think it might be his best role at the moment, actually.
Yeah, I think he's really good there. Not kidding. But I think if you're playing Tsukiyomi mid... Sorry, go ahead, Bear.
Yeah.
I was just going to ask if Benny was the first person that really like brought it out.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
But I think it's legitimately good. The one thing I'll say is that the reason that I think Tsukiyomi isn't great in the jungle is we were talking earlier about how important assassin 1v1s are, and I think that is a really big weak point of his, is that he doesn't win any assassin 1v1s. It is so easy to just kill him.
I think if they don't have Aegis and he starts the fight, then yeah. But the issue with Tsuki and why he's not really played ever, I feel like, is it's so easy to just blink on that guy and force his ult, and then he's like useless. He needs to be able to start the fight for him to win any 1v1, really.
Right. So if you're playing Tsuki mid, don't scale to 6 items. You know, you have to kind of give pressure for a little bit. You're not going to be able to compete with their wave clear early. But when you hit like level 7, 8, it's time to start all-inning. Like, you should just all-in them as soon as they show up to your wave.
Mages,
yeah, you'll 100 to 0 mage as soon as you finish trans. Or like if you go like trans and have like heavy mace,
Jodans, stuff like that.
You'll one shot their mid laner. So just don't be scared to all in as Tsukiyomi mid, because that's, if you're not all-inning them and killing them, I don't understand why you're picking it. So just be aware of what your role is in those types of games.
Is anyone picking Janus? Or is
no, that god is terrible
at the moment. He doesn't even one-shot with ult anymore, so what's the point?
Nope. Yeah, cooldown build's bad, and he doesn't kill tanks.
Zero pressure as well. Like, imagine playing mid right now without pressure. It is miserable.
Yeah, no, Janus, it saddens me to say, but that god, stinky right now. Do not be picking him.
What about Poseidon after the buffs?
Worst god in the game still. Never pick him. Never pick him.
Big disagree. I'm a Poseidon lover. I love this god.
I love the god as well. He's so fun, but he is terrible. Especially in an assassin meta. What are you going to do?
Yeah, you do get one tapped. That's not great for you. Yeah. Maybe you could run and
Look, the good thing about him is he hyper farms. So if you like 10th pick Poseidon and somehow it's a good game, it's tough. If it's a good game, you might be able to carry if you just hyper farm.
Yeah, you see like an Erlong on the other team and you're like, Cripple would be good. I could play Poseidon. And you're like, this is going to be good for me. And then he pins you, and you like
literally
low your
level
feet.
2 just blinks on you and insta kills you. Because you have no health on that god as well. Like, he's so low HP.
Yeah, he just kind of gets one tapped. I don't know. I am a Poseidon believer. If you want to zoom around and power farm, Ra is just better.
Or Morrigan.
Yeah, or Morrigan. Yep. Just pick Ra.
Poseidon's kind of the same as like Cuckoo.
I think Cuckoo's better.
Way better.
Yeah, way better actually. Because Book's pretty good.
Book build's good, and you can't really like hard dive or like out pressure him because he full clears super early and like he's just safe.
Yep. Someone brings up Zhong. I think Zhong mid is good right now.
Yeah, I think it's really good.
I think that's a god that you could just get pressure again.
You can go blink as well, so you
can
do
just
backline dive on.
Get in there. Well. You have to identify what your god is supposed to be doing. Your god, if you're Zhong, you're not supposed to be sitting back and like carding the tank. Yeah, just like, here I go.
That is big.
Got him. Like, get in there. If you as Zhong and Pele and Zeus, your KDAs are not supposed to look pretty, right? Like,
but just trading yourself.
You're supposed to be like 6 and 5 or like 5 and 7 or something like that. But if you're getting all your damage off, that is all, you're doing your job. Because those characters just do more damage. They just need to be in bad positions to do it. So just get in there. Don't be scared whenever you're playing Zhong. I hate it when people play scared on Zhong. Or like Hades. When
people they go Beads Aegis Zhong. Like, what's the point?
It's so bad.
Why?
Yep.
What do you gain from that?
Zhong's best 2 relics, if he can get it, Aegis, Blink. If you can get away with Blink Aegis in the same game, you're going to be feeling really good. Really good.
I don't know if... Back when I played Zhong, back in my day...
Yeah, Zhong ADC.
Beats Aegis felt pretty good. Because you kind of just press both your relics and you just walk at people.
Yeah, but but you're walking at the wrong part of town, Barry. You can blink in and then be walking somewhere different entirely.
Yeah, like, you got to realize you have to, like, walk through the front line. So like,
I never realized that before. Actually.
They're just gonna stop you, before you get to the ADC and the mage.
I never ran into that problem, honestly.
Well,
also, if you go blink, you can do the tech of card blink to where the card's gonna land and stun and own people. Yeah, it's so OP.
Nika, solo in these mechanics.
I was actually bringing this up the other day, and this is a mechanic that you're very good at. I see you do it all the time on stream. I am terrible at doing the auto blink. Like,
No way.
I am terrible at it. But I think it's because I use normal cast relics. Everyone
Yeah,
tells
that's
me it's
definitely
really hard on normal
I can't
cast
even imagine.
relics.
Wait, actually, now that I think of it, it must be so hard with normal cast.
Like, I think I have
How
to,
do you
like,
even do it?
left click, like, not, like, tap it,
Oh.
then press my relic button and tap it again in order to, like, get it off.
Yeah, that Scream.
Well,
don't say you invented.
yeah, I was about to
this. Like, what is he
say.
saying?
Scream, I will say, I'm not saying he invented it.
I
I
saw him do it
recall
a long time
seeing
ago,
it the
but,
first time on Scream stream. That was the first
I
time
definitely
I
saw
saw
other
it.
people do it.
Other people might have been doing it, but that's the first time I saw it in particular. So is it just it's just auto just put it to instant cast and it should be easy?
I don't see why you wouldn't want instant cast relics anyway. Especially like I don't know, people
Yeah.
make this case that you can't like
Well-
middle blink that well if on Insta, but I feel like it's really not that difficult when you get used to it. It just feels so much better.
I mean, as a backline, I've never had to like really worry about instant.
Yeah,
cast.
I mean,
Yeah,
for
me
you, I guess
neither.
it's
Yeah,
different.
I just like beat Vegas most of the time.
Yeah, even if I did get shell, I wanted to make sure my other backline is in range most of the time because I don't use it often. So I'm like, want to be overly aware of the range of it.
Yeah,
But,
that's a good point.
I mean,
Alright, I'm
as a
switching.
backline, we're not really getting blink.
I've decided. I'm switching.
Nice.
I'm switching to instant
So
cast
cool.
relics. Most of my abilities, like, I go into my ability screen and I make everything what I want out of like, just out of habit, anyways. So I'd say most of my abilities are instant cast these days. I
Yeah.
don't like my Y-axis abilities on instant cast. Like the ones that I have to like aim far or close, like Uller 3 or Scylla Crush and stuff like that, or Fenrir Jump. Those are not going on instant for me. I
love those on instant, especially Ula 3. I don't know why, but dude, it's so much easier to hit on instant. I don't know
It's
why.
so hard on instant. Bro.
Why would it be
So hard.
easier?
I don't know. You just feel it. It feels right. I don't know what. For me, okay, I'm
I'm
just
feeling
weird. I don't
wrong,
use like a ground targeter or anything either. Like I just
What?
find it so much more comfortable to aim when nothing's in front of me. You know, a targeter or like like stuff on the floor. You know.
Dude, I wanted to switch to instant cast entirely. I played a couple games. I was like, okay, I can do this. Like, it's not too bad. Then I played Fenrir, and I missed like 3 out of my first 4 brutalizes and switched back instantly. Like, I was like, I can't do it, dude. I can't do it. These leap-like abilities, I can't do it. But I could instead of changing everything else to instant, I'll just change those to normal, and then I'll be fine. And then I'll be able to auto blink people.
Yeah, the auto blink, I feel like it's something that you have to be doing on like every blink these days. It's just like way too good.
It is so good, man. It is so. How many times have people gotten away from you where you like blink after them and then they blink to your blink in reaction to it?
Yeah, it's miserable. Like that's the only way you drop kills these days. I feel like is like a blink character, like letting people react to your blink.
Exactly. So that's why auto blink is good. For those of you who don't know, is basically what we're talking about is if you start the animation of your auto attack. For example, let's use a character with a slow one like Xing Chen or something like that. As you're like winding up, if you're not in combat, you can blink and it won't interrupt your animation. So you can just go straight in with that big auto, and it'll stop them from being able to blink on reaction to your sound because you put them in combat right away. And then it's really good on characters like Naja. That's the one that Scream always does. He winds up that 4th big auto and then blinks in the middle of that. Just stomps someone over the head with it. You can set up your second auto on a Willix and you can blink in, hit them with the second auto, and insta get the big feather step. So there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with it, and it's definitely a good. Yeah, Achilles is good because he has such long range with his autos, so those always feel really good. All right, where are we? We just talked about mid, so it's time for solo laners. Nika, take it away, baby. What are the best solo laners to be playing right now in ranked?
Odin if he's open, Kama if he's open. Achilles I think is probably the best because he's open pretty much every game. You'll win every lane. You can get solo kills easily. You can kind of 1v5 as well with his builds right now. I think, what's the god that I've been owning on? Alkwong is actually sleeper OP in ranked, I think.
Yeah.
With Vamp Shroud still. As much as I hate Vamp Shroud.
Okay.
His lane is just so annoying. Like, he just has way too much sustain on, like, 0 cooldown on his 3 as well.
What's the Alkwong
Altio-
solo build?
I just go Vamp Shroud full damage.
Okay.
With the breastplate. That's what you need for lane.
Okay, so you
But
just
you
rush
literally just go
Duskblade
full damage.
and then full damage after that. That seems good. Chat's
Yeah, or
asking
you
about
can go-
Mulan.
Mulan's good, but she's really easy to punish still, like gank and lane early. If you get like, I hate saying the word cringe now. I'm trying to move on, okay?
Wow, that's
But
big
if
for
you get, I think the scene as a whole needs to move on from the word cringe, but it's
I
going to
agree.
take years of effort for
Yep.
this.
Yes, it will.
But yeah, if you get cringe ganked as Mulan, you're in trouble. Whereas other gods you can actually get out. I think Nike's terrible in ranked as well. People just like have too much sustain, or like you don't do enough damage most of the time as that god on its own.
Sure. Nika, I don't know if you know this about me, but I used to be a cringe cop. That was what I put my name as in our Discord.
We need you back.
And anytime anyone said cringe, I would insta kick them from the channel in order to try and dissuade it from
yeah, it's
being
really
pervasive.
become an epidemic in the Smite scene.
And then I gave up.
Everyone needs to unite and realize that we don't have to use that word. Like, there's so many other words out there that just
proud of
sound
you.
better as well.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
cringe
proud
is
of
not
you.
a fun word to say.
You've come a long way,
Whatever.
Nika. If I would have showed
know.
you this clip 6 months ago, you know what you would have said?
That's cringe.
That's cringe. Yep, that's
And
exactly.
you know what? Most people will probably just say that this is cringe. You know,
Yep.
it's just a word. This is so cringe. But when you start saying everything is cringe, then like, what does it even mean? You know.
Well said. Absolutely. Barry, how about solo laners for you? What solo laners do you think?
I was gonna ask Nika if like gods like Kabrakan and Zong are like
Oh,
good. Hades
okay.
as well. Like if those are good.
I think Hades sucks in ranked because the god is kind of limited. He doesn't really do enough. You can win lanes hard, like really hard, but you can also get punished really easily. I think Kabrakan is actually broken in ranked because you can build hybrid or like more damage, and it's just the same as like a full support Kabrakan, right? Like the carries don't really have many options in like a ranked game to deal with you because people aren't gonna like peel properly and stuff.
I was gonna say, or I was gonna ask like with the flat pin buffs if like a god like that becomes better or.
Yeah, I think so. On Cab as well, the book build is pretty nuts.
Oh.
He works really well with that.
With the full book build or just like slotting a Book of the Dead in?
So what I do is I go Axe, Book of Thoth, Breastplate, Book of Dead, and then Bulwark, Pridwin, and all those shields
so
stack.
cringe.
All of the shields stack.
Come on, Barry. Different word. Come on, we can do it.
I have a clip. I have a clip where I do that, and I pretty much have a Nike ult, like when all of them pop. It is ridiculous. But you're Kabrakan, so you're actually a better character with Nike ult.
That's gotta be good.
And then I assume like Ardio's so good.
Yeah, the god's just miserable to deal with.
Yeah.
Are any hunters good, or is it just like?
Oh, okay. Hunters is a touchy subject. So, I was a big Hunter solo lover at the start. You'd
I
be
know.
like, Berserk is hell no, blah blah blah. It was so fun.
Yep.
But I don't know. I have some self-respect, and I respect my opponent sometimes. I don't want to just pick a Hunter and ruin the game for that guy, like, because I know that I'd complain. So I've seen people go like AMC solo recently. Like, it's OP, to be honest. You just win lane, the other guy's tilted, he's gonna complain nonstop, and you just have a mental advantage as a team. But if you're really bad at Hunters, you probably just lose your team the game instantly. So I think most people avoid it because of that.
I remember when you made Hunter solo, like you just started spamming it on stream, and then everyone was playing it.
Apollo was like first banned every ranked game.
Yep.
I was so sad.
Yep, the Apollo solo days, horrible, dark days. Bear, were you gonna say something else?
Is that the mana buff in yet, or is that H12? I'm so lost because we've been.
That is
so
next patch.
The
Yeah.
mana.
Yeah,
The mana is actually like a low-key, like kind of good ranked god. I win a lot of games on him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like people sometimes they just don't go onk. Like, and then if they don't go onk, you're loving life. Like that is kind of like the only thing that's stopping you these days.
Thunder, I think, maybe.
Well, yeah. Like I just don't see those relics a lot in ranked. You know.
Yeah.
Dude, so many supports go like defensive relic blink, or like I've seen thorns today. I don't get it. Man. Yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah, build Onk against Vamana, by the way. That makes that character irrelevant. He can't play.
Pretty much, yeah. It's so sad to play that god after level 12.
It makes your ultimate literally bad. Like,
yeah.
You become CC immune, and that is the only benefit you get, because everything else is a negative. that you're
When
getting
you
from
see
it.
a Bamana ult and just run away, it's the saddest
Yeah,
thing.
it's so sad.
Yeah.
They need to do something to help that guy out, and the attack
Yeah.
speed won't help.
Yeah.
Let's just get that out of the way. That is not gonna do anything for that little guy.
No, it'll feel fun, but I do not think it's gonna ultimately fix the big baby's problems over there in solo.
Yep.
All right, then last and least, Barry, ADC right now. What do you think? What do you think is the way to slog through the duo lane?
So I think BaRRaCCuDDa is really strong right now, just for safety reasons in ranked, because your mid laner and your jungler will not tell you when the jungler is in your side of the map.
Yep. True.
So as BaRRaCCuDDa, you have to escape, so you can basically go down your whole lane and be fine. Kind of same with Hachi for safety. I think both of those are like the safest hunters right now. I don't know if the Jingwei buffs are in yet.
They'll be
I
in
don't think
next week, I believe.
Not,
I
yeah.
think that god's still dead.
Barry,
Really?
for you, by the way, bonus balance is usually only nerfs, and then main patch is
okay.
usually only buffs. There are exceptions to the rule,
Okay.
but that's usually how it works.
Yeah, so I like studied the 8.11 patch. I thought we were playing on that, and now we're playing on 8.12. So I'm like, and then I haven't been playing rank, so I've been like,
Yeah.
all my like patch notes are just.
Dude,
all
imagine.
over my head.
Okay, let me complain about my position for a little bit. Imagine, I'm helping work on like 9.2 patch notes right now.
Oh, good lord.
9-2.
I'm like talking about.
Oh,
we're
wow.
talking about 8.11 patch notes. I'm playing on
Haven't buffed
8.10.
Bluestone yet. In
Anything
9-2.
like that. I plead the fifth. It's impossible. The fifth amendment, by the way, Nika, in America, is that I don't have to self-incriminate. That's I realize that probably wasn't a reference you would get. So it's very hard to keep everything straight all the time. So I very much sympathize with you.
Okay, and then after that, for fun characters, I think Dan's, if you go the Taco build with Trans and Jones and just ult the other ADC on cooldown, that's a very, very, very fun thing to do in ranked. And then Certanos is also like one of my favorite hunters ever. He's one of the most fun ranked characters as well. You literally just get in there, just all in, and just troll and die. Because we're not trying to win games from the ADC role. We are simply trying to
Interesting.
not want to close Smite during the game. That is our objective. We can get to the end of the game and not close Smite, we have won.
Okay.
Neath is also very fun in rank because you just choose someone
so fun.
and shoot them on cooldown. Just shoot.
It is actually always like that, dude.
Yeah.
One guy is miserable.
Yeah.
No mercy.
Neath ulted again? Just every time. It's so fun.
It's always the best if they're streaming because you get to go back and watch the VOD and just sit there and enjoy it. So Izanami is like the most C-word god in ranked.
Crutch, you mean? Crutch god.
Yeah, crutch.
Yeah,
god.
we can start using real words now.
Yeah, come on now.
Sorry. If you're picking Izanami, you're probably gonna win the game because you literally just hard stomp your side of the lane and just farm everything in the jungle. Mm-hmm. Good Izanami players are suffocating to play against in ranked. They will just farm everything. You'll lose your purple, you lose Scorp, you lose Draw, you lose Gorp, you'll lose literally everything on your side of the map. You'll still be clearing your wave in the meantime. So that's not fun. I think Scotty is decent, but you have to be
think
good
if you
at
know how
Scotty.
to play the god, yeah.
Yeah, and then I think the other like ability-based hunters like Chiron and Cupid and Uller are just kind of, if you want to play them, you can, but I don't think they're that great. I think Shablanc's pretty good, but he suffers in a lot of matchups.
Yeah.
Huyi and Heim are obviously very good if you're good at them.
Yeah, I was gonna say Heim is the big one for me. I think he's really broken if you can actually like get decent at the god.
Yep.
And ranked.
I think Heim is the Yemoja of ADCs. I think good Heim players are way different than like your average Heim player. Like if you watch Zap, he will. Okay, Zap and SPL on Heim.
I'm glad that you clarified.
Zap and Ranked will just get in there.
Zap
and SPL, very intelligent with his threes and his placements and everything. I think Rama, probably not great because you just die to assassins and you have no self-peel.
Yep.
Chernabog, probably good if you can get your ult online early and get a lot of kills early, but if you're not, he's probably good with Fail Not if you can get there. Probably same. I'd put him in like the Artemis category. If you can get to your fail not spike, I think he's pretty good. And then AMC, if you want to be a masochist, pick him. If not, don't pick him. On
What
her,
about Medusa?
Medusa, good on 812. I don't think she's buffed
Oh,
yet.
true. Actually, yeah.
I think she's gonna be
yeah.
a menace on 812, dude. I think she's
Yeah,
gonna be. I think she's gonna be really good.
Yeah, I think she'll be good. And then on her, I think on her kind of has Heim syndrome, where like really good on hers are really good, very suffocating. Yep. They'll pick you in the jungle. Bad on hers will just sit under a tower and just lose. And then there's the magical ADCs of Sol, Olo, Freya, and Kronos. I think Kronos is kind of just dead. I think Freya's good if you have a lane clearing support. Olo and Sol are still good-ish, but you just died to junglers unranked on those characters. You just can't get away from them.
Yeah.
I think that's basically it for ADC.
Barry, have you tried my Hi-Rez Medusa tech yet?
No, I have not. I've thought about it, and I have thought against it.
Good choice.
Every time I've thought about it.
Nika,
I just don't know where to buy it.
I've thought about it. You buy it third. You buy it after.
What?
You buy it Trans, Crusher, Hi-Rez.
Trans?
Yeah.
You can't be building trans.
All right, fine. You go at second then. You go Crusher, Hi-Rez.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you could try that, but
and you could win.
is it even worth it?
Yeah, Nika. Think about the power spike. Okay.
Here you go, Nika.
It's really good. Every single one of your abilities,
You activate.
you activate Crusher, and you can proc Hi-Rez instantly. It's so easy. Okay. You auto dash Hi-Rez proc them. 2 Hi-Rez proc them. 1 Hi-Rez proc them. Ult a different guy because the first guy's dead.
Wow.
There you go.
Okay, you've sold me. You've sold me.
What about
that is crazy.
Okay, Aggro, this situation, but your team is going to Gold Fury and they're wanting you to tank it.
Tell them to shut up. They can tank it when everyone else is dead. Say, listen up, Jake. It's your second year, little guy. Get in there and tank my objective for me, okay?
Yeah. I'll actually say that this week.
All right, good. Yeah, actually, just shadow play that for me whenever that happens. And just let me listen to his response, because I think that could be good. I feel like if you were really mean, like had a really mean tone of voice to Lasbra, he would do it without saying a word. Be like, we get on gold, be like, Lasbra, can you tank it?
I'd feel so bad.
I think that he would just go do it.
I would probably cry after that because I can't say that till last, man.
What? You're not saying anything mean.
Oh.
You're not saying anything mean. It's just a stern tone of voice.
Yeah, but like he doesn't deserve that.
It's unnecessary though.
Well,
yeah, some people deserve it. Neil deserves it.
Someone's got to tank it.
Okay.
And I figured it out.
Okay. Fine. I'll try it. All right,
I'll great.
Let you know. I'll try it one game.
Thank you. And tell everyone on your team I'm sorry afterwards, because that one's on me. Real quick before we go, Nika, I did want to ask you how you couldn't get away from getting an interview question for coming on the podcast, and that's your fault.
Oh no.
How's everything going with Dardaz and Fred in town playing on NA Ping? Have you noticed a difference yet?
Well, so we had a very long scrim session against the Bolts in the studio, and for about 4 hours, Dada's died level 1. Obviously, ping diff wasn't the reason that was happening. He just needs to turn the jets on, and I'm hoping it's soon. But obviously, we've only scrimmed like 2 times since I got here because of cancellations and them like settling in and stuff. But everything's a lot easier, especially like the biggest difference for me is like playing with Fred is way easier. Like just me and him, I feel like it's way more comfortable now. Like we can make way more plays together.
Yeah.
Like whether that's early or mid or late game, and it's just something I'm enjoying a lot. He's definitely like really really fun to play with.
Yeah.
And I really have high expectations for us, even though we've had a pretty miserable season. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's been a bit tough, but I've got high expectations too, man. I mean, I think you guys are gonna do well. I did see a couple of those scrims in studio.
Okay, you missed the one game we won, which was an absolute banger of a game, was missed.
Oh,
I couldn't believe it.
So
It was like a 45-minute game. It was crazy. It was better
that
than
game.
any SPL game you've seen, I can guarantee.
Ever. Wow, would have been the best SPL game of all time. That's saying a lot.
And then you just had to watch a remake or 9K down, play it out, all in. You
Dude,
know,
okay.
it was rough.
This doesn't give anything away about scrims, but Neil asked me to F6 before
No,
asking
okay, I
his
couldn't-
team to F6.
He
and
said he
we
was
F6.
trolling, man. Like, what does he mean? Like, if you get us to remake, you're gonna remake. Like, what are you gonna do? No, like, couldn't believe it. And that was a game that was like, it wasn't even going badly. Like,
No, you guys got double killed in lane.
yeah, but
You
but solo side we were fine. I'm pretty sure. Like, I think we just got like a
Probably.
gank off or like a blue invade. And like we're feeling good, and then next thing you know, the game is just surrendered. I'm like, no, I remember actually. Haddock's like inted lane. I'm like, wait, what is he doing? Like actually inted, and then the game is just over. I'm like, why did they have 6? Like they're like even/winning. And the next thing I know, Neil's like, yeah, guys, I told him to surrender as a joke, and they did it. It's like, what did you expect? Like, what do you expect, man?
I love
like-
Neil, dude. I love Neil so much.
He was like, please F6,
What a
and
guy.
I think he said like right before we F6, like I haven't asked my team yet, and I'm like, I saw that message, I'm like, what?
What a guy.
He's doing the best he can, man. That's
That's
what
all you can
matters.
ask for.
That's all you can ask for. All right, before we go, we got to do our random question of the week, as per usual.
Ooh.
And as per usual, I haven't thought a lot about it, but I'm gonna brainstorm right now. Okay, wait, I got it. Today, I went to a Falcons game. That was a lot of fun. We lost because the Falcons are terrible. But we got to get some ballpark food. Eating food at a stadium is a different quality in a both good and bad way. And ballpark food all has its own unique quality, and we love it for what it is. So when I'm talking about going to a soccer match, Nika or BaRRa, I don't know if you've been to any sports ever in your life.
Esports.
Woo!
Great. When I'm talking, oh, that hurts me. When I'm talking, bro, how is that? Nika's been to an NBA game, man. How have you not been to one, man? You lived here your whole life.
I've been to an NBA game. I've been to a
Okay.
baseball game.
A baseball game. They have 162 of those a year, by the way. Each team
And,
does.
The baseball game was very boring. I don't remember much about the NBA game. Yeah, it was. I want to say it was like before I was like 10 years old. I think I was pretty young at the time.
What about the baseball game? How long ago was that?
I want to say it was in like high school. I want to say it was like 9th or.
So it's been over a decade. You're saying
Oh yeah, way long ago.
we gotta get you to a game, Barry. It's a good time, man. It's a fun
Sounds
time.
fun.
But whenever you're going to an event, I suppose we'll put it that way. What are the food items that you're gonna be craving? What are you gonna be getting while you're there? I don't know if you can contribute to this at all, Barrett. Do you remember what food you ate at these stadiums?
I don't, but I
Great.
remember what food I ate at Worlds.
Okay, fire away, I guess.
I don't, by the way.
Then why would you say
whatever.
you remember?
It was just whatever food truck was outside and all the food was delicious, but I don't remember the individual items.
Okay, Nika.
Look, man.
Whenever you go to a football, a soccer match, what is the cuisine like there? I've never been to one, so I'm interested about this.
Well, okay, do I even remember? Okay, all I know is that when I go to like a stadium or something, I'm just looking for something simple, mobile, you know, and reliable. So yeah, hot dogs and nachos. That's a great shout.
Yep.
Usually you can't go wrong with that. A burger and some fries. I don't know. I think those are the stuff I'd go for. You know, something bun related would always be the shout.
Bun related.
A
Do they
glizzy.
have like okay, great. Do they have do they have what is it? There's an English golfer whose YouTube videos I watch. Shout out Rick Shields, he's the best. And he would do reviews of sausage pies. That's what they're called, I think. That they would have at these golf courses. Do they have like?
Sausage pies?
Yeah, I think that's what they were called. Like they
You
look.
mean sausage rolls?
Yeah, sausage rolls. That's it. Sausage
Oh,
rolls.
okay. Sausage rolls, they're incredible.
Okay.
They just don't do them here for some reason.
Right.
They might do, but I think they're terrible in the U.S.
Do you-
I haven't seen any here.
So you think that like at a football match you would
Yeah, definitely.
they'd be serving sausage rolls? Because that seems like
Yeah.
right exactly what you're looking for.
If it's an early kickoff, they will definitely have sausage rolls.
Oh, so sausage roll is like like a breakfast thing, or a brunch
Kinda,
thing, maybe.
A brunch thing, I'd say. Is
Okay.
more so.
Fair enough. What? So it's like a normal breakfast sausage, and it's in like
In a pastry, yeah.
in a pastry.
Like a crispy pastry.
That sounds really good.
Delicious.
It's so good, so good.
Why don't we have those?
I don't know. Like, there's a lot of things you guys could pick up, and that's one. That's one. A Greg's sausage roll, as Vote says. That's classic.
What are some other things that we could pick up? Now I'm interested. Maybe we could open a restaurant, fellas, of these good foods that we should be having.
Well, obviously fish and chips, dude.
Yep.
Like,
Well, we
that is
have fish and
something
chips.
that-
It's just not as good.
Well, yeah, but most of the time it's just like really weak. I've had one fish and chips there from, what was it called? It was something D. Was it
Captain D's, yeah.
No shot.
I haven't had
it was
Captain
literally
D's.
Captain D's.
Was it good?
Okay. No, it was awful. I couldn't believe it. It was so fraudulent, dude. It's like it was just like Neil Mo all over again. Like I
Yeah.
could not believe it.
The Neil Ma fish and chips for sure.
Yeah, it was not good enough. I feel like full English breakfasts here are pretty weak as well, and that's another big
Okay,
one.
well that one we're right on because no one should have beans for breakfast.
Okay, personally, I hate beans. So
They're
in my full
terrible.
English,
All beans are
I
horrible.
don't have those beans.
Yeah,
I agree.
what?
I agree.
Beans
I
are
hate
bad.
Beans.
Beans are bad.
Beans in like your burrito bowl.
Bad.
I don't get it, dude.
When I go to Chipotle, they go beans. I go, excuse me, and then they go beans, and I go,
They're
oh
very
no,
good
thank you.
for Great. I
I'm
don't
not gonna be
care.
rude
They
to them.
ruin my meal.
Agreed.
And I'd
This is
rather
a
not have
bad take.
No,
bro.
fellas,
This
no.
is an
Beans are
awful
bad.
take.
All beans are bad. Here's what you do at Chipotle,
No.
by the way. If you're getting a rice bowl and you don't like beans and you're like us and you're smart, say, no beans. Can I get extra brown rice, please? That's what,
Ooh,
This is
that's a
not
good
take.
call.
yeah. You get extra rice for that
God.
base right there.
So bright.
And by the way,
All
brown rice is better.
I agree.
Oh yeah, that's obvious.
Yeah,
I
'cause
think
it's actually good for you, too.
Yorkshire puddings are pretty good as well. Definitely don't have those here.
Yorkshire pudding. Let's see what this is. Okay. It looks like a little it looks like a little pot pie, like a handheld pot pie, but there's like pudding in it instead of like pot pie stuff.
Yeah, and the tea here is awful. Okay, let me just say that.
Yeah.
As someone who's from the UK and loves tea, I can't drink tea here. I don't know what it is. Every time I make tea here, it's just terrible.
Surely you
I don't
could
even know-
order some English tea to be like
Well, I
shipped
could,
to you.
but I'd rather just drink coffee these days anyway.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. I'm not really a tea guy for the most part, so I
I
can't.
want to be a tea guy because it sounds fancy and elegant, but
Yeah.
I have not found a tea that I like really enjoy.
I want to be like a bourbon guy or like a scotch guy.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
One of
Wouldn't
those,
you
yeah.
feel so cool if you could be like, yeah, I like this scotch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you just know all the details.
Yeah, this is aged well. Like,
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
not.
so masculine, you know.
It just
Hey,
hurts
Roll
me,
might
man.
be right. It's because the tap water here is awful.
Yeah, maybe you gotta like purify some water or something like that.
I'm pretty sure we did that the year before last. Because on Renegades, I remember me and Daughters, we were trying to drink some tea, and we couldn't crack the code. Like honestly, we even
figure it
bought
out.
another kettle because we thought maybe the kettle we had at first was messed up. But
Wasn't
Oh
that?
wow.
That's tough. Unlucky there. To answer my initial random question of the week, having good nachos is key, and I have to say,
Yep.
the nachos at Mercedes-Benz Stadium for the Falcons game, they were absolutely weak. They were not good, and that really messed with my enjoyment of the game. PNC Park still has the best nachos of anywhere I've ever been. I don't want. You know what they tried to do? Here's the problem, guys. They tried to make it like good quality cheese on my nachos. That's not what anyone wants, okay? Everyone wants the neon yellow, out of a plastic container, scalding hot cheese, okay?
exactly.
That's what we want. It's cheaper for you. Just give it to us. Stop trying to give us this nonsense. Yeah, I don't know. It made
I
me
agree
mad.
with you. I agree with you.
It made me mad. Just give me that. That's what I want.
Wait, that's like at a stadium, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
you're
at a
not talking
stadium.
about like in general, right?
No. Only at a stadium
Okay,
is where I
okay.
want those.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is only where I want. That is only like if I go to a restaurant,
Yeah,
I want some
just
good
at a stadium.
queso.
They don't need to be fancy. They don't need
Right.
to try hard. Like give me, like I said, give me something reliable that I know is just gonna taste good. I don't need anything fancy.
And it's that plastic
Yeah.
cheese. That's what I
Just,
want.
just fuel me up real quick, and
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Exactly. That's what
Your
I'm about.
take is correct here, by the way. I agree.
Thank you,
That is-
Barry.
that is a strong take.
It's not
Good take.
often that we agree, but here we are.
Oh, dude, you just said beans were bad.
They are, and I'm right.
No,
so
beans, especially baked beans. I
yes,
don't get it.
what is
I don't
wrong
get
with
it.
baked beans, man?
Dog.
No, they're not good.
Dog, people have, like,
beans.
No,
Toast and
trash.
and they get like toast and they smother it in baked beans, and it's just
Disgusting.
the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
Disgusting.
Like, Genetics was having a breakdown because he couldn't get baked beans, Heinz baked beans, and then he literally cleared out a whole shelf when he found them. I don't get the obsession. It's not
I
for me.
can't believe you got like green beans. You don't like black
Hey,
beans.
no, green beans.
Green beans are delicious.
Green beans are
You
delicious.
said all beans.
Well, I don't count green beans because they
Yeah,
come in the
I
tube.
don't count green beans.
They come in the tube,
Sorry,
man.
guys. It's just got beans in the name, and earlier you
Yeah,
said
I know,
all
but
beans.
like,
Okay,
we're
fair enough.
talking
No,
more
that's
about
fair.
like baked beans
Wait,
and like
do edamame count as beans? Because that's like soybeans, right?
I don't know. It's got
well, that's
beans in the
delicious.
name.
Like
Edamame with some salt on it, top tier.
Look, I'm just directly calling out baked beans.
Yes.
Like, that is not for me.
Baked
That's a
beans,
I cannot endorse that.
baked beans, refried beans, pinto beans.
Oh, disgusting.
All
refried
trash.
beans.
Trash.
What?
All of them. Get them out of my face. They're gross.
Agreed.
Dude,
Don't eat them. You don't need to.
this is an awful take by you guys.
This is a
Green
great
beans, S
How do
tier.
people like refined beans, like or refried or whatever? Like, it just looks.
Oh yeah, black beans.
Ugh.
Bad. Thank you for reminding me of one. I knew I was forgetting one. Those things are trash too. Thanks everyone for listening and watching. I know you're loving the podcast. How could you not be?
Awful.
Make sure you guys, it's getting close to Christmas time. If you want to order some last minute Christmas gifts, we've got the perfect suggestions. Manscaped.com/back. That'll get you 20% off plus free shipping. Or mintmobile.com/backliners. There you can get 3 months of wireless service for $15 a month. And then you get 3 months free. So it's a really good deal. So there you go. Make sure you guys are snagging those. Nika, thanks for coming on, man. I'm sure you're going to be streaming after this. So appreciate you taking the time. We'll be tuning in, I'm sure. And we'll see you next time here on the Backliners podcast. Barry, you know what to do.
Wait, let me get Luna real quick.
Okay.
Bye.
Oh, that's
no,
cool.
no, no, no.